Don't like being so far away from the camera. It's awful. Gotta go back here to fit in. Being a ukulele, it's an incredibly small thing, but it's also very hard to play when you're close to a camera because you've got to do like that, and it's really not my forte to do that. So, what I'm going to do is be back here, and you can enjoy the wonderful blandness of my room. Apart from there, it's got all my stuff on. It's got, excuse my French, but I'm in France, embroidery by Elmify. Thank you, Elmify, you're fantastic. You won't watch this, but thank you. Got a Dalek. There's an anglerfish, homemade anglerfish, not homemade by me because I can't make things. There's my korfball picture where I'm not putting a good face for a photo, but everyone else looks good, so keep it. I should have a poster up there, but it's gone, it's fallen down there, I've just noticed. Got a poster there, got DVDs that I can't play on my laptop, but I can play on my DVD player. Books, got some screwdrivers, got more books, and then clothes in there. Oh, and I've got thousands of notes as well. Not on Tumblr, which is what really count. I've mostly got notes on physics, which, although is interesting to some, I'm really quickly falling out of love with it. Because, much like in every bad relationship, I'm constantly forced to endure it, and at the end I'll sit an exam. Which, to be honest, is getting a bit tedious right now. Hey ho, I've got 6 of them in a fortnight, about one every other day, and then I've got a break, but then I'm going to a ball to watch Grandmaster Flash, the Grandmaster Flash, and Example and Fused ODG, and some other people that some people haven't heard of, unless you watch Game of Thrones, in which case Rayleigh Ritchie, who is in Game of Thrones, apparently will be there. This is the second Game of Thrones person that's visited Kent. We had Hodor before. Not that I went, because all the information I know about Game of Thrones I gather from other people who know about it on Tumblr. So all I know is that all he said was Hodor. And apparently did a DJ set. I didn't want to go. You know, I'm not sure whether I missed out or not. Anyway, point is, physics is awful, and I've got to sit a bit far back. Because of physics, that's why. That's the reason why I can't be just close to the camera like I was before. I like being this close sometimes, because it's quite fun. I've been criticised by Lumpy. Yeah, it was Lumpy. He said I got too close to the camera. I'm too close here. Because I'm looking over here to see where the thing is. See, here's the best thing. I'm pointing at me right now. Oh, I'm pointing at the camera. Pointing at the camera. But if I point here, it looks like I'm not pointing at the screen, so I move my finger until it looks like I'm pointing at the screen. When in fact, I'm actually pointing at the camera, as you know. Which is kind of weird. I'm still getting used to this whole thing because I haven't made many videos, because I'm awful, I think is the main thing. I've also got Here's the thing. The video that I made before, that I made my last proper video about, it's got 250,000 views now, and it's slowly accelerating in views as well. This is almost like a diary of that video, like a video that isn't on my channel. My whole channel has become like dedicated to this fucking video. The reason I swore then was because I bit my tongue. Anyway, but what's really strange... What was I saying? Yeah, and we were saying... I was saying to my friend who I made it with, Jammer, that it'd be fun to make more vlogs and stuff. But the thing that's keeping me back a lot of the time is that... I don't know. The vlogs that are out there a lot of the time aren't that great. And yeah, I'm calling out people that get billions of views every fucking second. But here's the thing. I can guarantee that most vloggers, if you just exchanged a lot of their content, you wouldn't really notice. Like if one person did someone else's thing. In fact, that's what a lot of them do. They just do like tags all the time. No one says anything of any substance. I'm going to use the analogy of bread. Their kind of thing is so bland and pappy that it just means nothing. Like your palate barely recognises it most of the time. All it does is just fill you up. And I don't know, I'm kind of into making bread that tastes nice. And I like eating bread that tastes nice and has flavour and a consistency to it that is quite pleasing, rather than just pulp. I don't know. I feel it's better for you if you eat nice bread. It makes you... metaphors breaking down, but I don't know, when you consume so much media that is just so bland, you're at a danger of becoming that. And yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that that's what YouTubers are now. The YouTuber model is to finish off a video with, hey everyone, like, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah. Make sure do this, all this kind of stuff. It's very tailored. But it's not tailored. It's one size fits all. It's very one size fits all. It's very, this is what you must do to get numbers, and it works. That's the worst thing. It works. It honestly works. People really watch this shit, and people like it. Well, they do like it. I think that's the thing. I don't know. It's my same problem with BBC Three, which I was quite glad that they were shutting it down, because on the most part, they have terrible programmes. I mean, people go, oh, they're Family Guy. Well, no. The internet has Family Guy. The internet has a far better catalogue of Family Guy than BBC Three does. What else does it have? It has... The Revolution Will Be Televised. That is a good show. That is something that people should watch, and a lot more people should be watching that, because my God, it affects us all, and it shows us what the government are doing. And not just the government, not just one side, and it's not really one-sided, it's kind of just making sure that it attacks everyone. Like South Park, it attacks everyone, which is a fantastic thing to do, because it kind of says, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing wrong, and kind of just puts it all together into one program, and you can kind of go, okay, this is what I should be thinking of when I'm doing a vote. And when I'm considering who I'm voting for. That's what I should be thinking about, is what they've done previously and what they've been doing. And people aren't made aware of that too often. That is a victory for BBC Three. That is a really good show, I would think. I would agree with that. Unfortunately, they have loads of other shows that are just terrible. Consumable, but terrible. I mean... I giggle and squeal with delight over Don't Tell the Bride. In fact, I've made my housemates watch it with me, because it's just so awful. It's god-awful. Like, no one does this. Obviously no one in the real world does this. No one in the real world goes, darling, you go away, and I'll organise this wedding on my own, because this is obviously a symbol of both of our love, so one of us will fucking organise it. Obviously, reality TV, blah, 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 blah. And, I don't know, it's so easy to watch, and the fact that it's so easy to watch doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. I mean, it ticks some boxes a lot of the time, and it makes you feel awful about people, because you laugh at people, and you kind of, it's Schadenfreude. You're laughing at other people's discomfort a lot of the time, or what you imprint on them more than anything. Because a lot of the time they kind of end the show going, oh, it was lovely, I don't know why they're northern. Oh, it was lovely, they could have done this and this, but, you know, it's my wedding, so it's fine. And, yeah, and so, you know, they have a once-in-a-lifetime wedding, I guess, and some people do enjoy it. Some people, the problem is, I think most of us are watching it for the times when they don't love it, and the times when everything falls apart, and that's pretty sad. That's pretty damn sad when we're all huddled around this wonderful lightning box that can show us images of far distant things, and all we want is for one person to fail miserably on what's supposed to be the happiest day of their life. To some, I don't know. Other people might not find it so happy. But yeah, I don't like BBC Three, and I fear that YouTube is becoming that way because BBC Three was targeted for a specific market, which was, I think it was like 16 to 24-year-olds or something like that. So it cashed in with a lot of that kind of lads stuff, which has hit Tumblr recently, and they don't know the worst of it. They really don't. If you're an American and you don't know what lads culture is, you don't want to know. Like it's funny from the British standpoint to kind of see this, because it's being blasted onto Americans right now, and it's really funny, but it's not funny living with it. Yeah. So I don't want to vlog. This is a vlog, but I don't want to unless I know that it's quite good. Or unless I have something to say. I guess this is something to say. I was meant to do a song. Instead I just sat down and talked to you for a while. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to vent. I am running out of memory, apparently. So that's good. Something's just flashing there all the time. So it's hard enough already just keeping eye contact with this one fucking lens. But now I've just got a little orange thing just in the corner of my eye going... doo, 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 doo. Anyways... My dad never got YouTube. My dad never got why I watched YouTube, because to him it was just a voice, an idiot, as he'd say, telling me their opinion. And to some extent that's correct. To some extent a lot of YouTube videos are that. This is what this is right now. But when there's thought behind it, and there's an attempt to make things better because of what you're saying, that kind of puts some distance between you and the endless machine of people just churning stuff out. Just churning shit out. Because it's bland. It's fucking bland. YouTube is getting stale. Some parts are getting stale. People are still creative. People are always creative with their work. They won't stop doing that. But like a lot of Vine, the reason why I don't like Vine much is because a lot of it is just bland and it's the same stuff. You have one person that does something and then everyone copies them. And we need more. We need people taking that in a different direction, I think. We can't have just fucking make-up challenges to fill the time between now and our imminent demise. YouTube can be more than that, and it has been more than that. We've shown that it has been. It's brought people together. And we need it to go back to being that again. Please, do that. I have an exam in 2 days.